friends and family. Welcome to another episode of The Refined Alchemist. As always, start with my medication. And the prayer. Dear Father, Lord of Spirits, I come to you in these troubling times to ask you the same things I always ask you, man, for guidance and strength. Make sure my words are true and I get to the people that need them most. And my special request is, give extra strength and guidance to those that are awake, freshly awake, or awakening. They need it most. Help those that are sick and during these trying times. And let those truly see the evil, see that bullshit that's around them that likes to lurk in the dark. Keep them strong and protected, Lord. And with that I say amen. Okay, so in my last video, people noticed that I was smoking. I think smoking is the worst of my the least of my problems, considering the fact that I'm infected with Morgellons. Now, one thing that I noticed that this shit really hates, closed cigars. Morgellons really hates cloves. I use cloves in everything. My coffee, seasoning when I can. Smoke the closed cigars. So I have like a lot of mucus in my lungs all the time, so because of that, the cloves help break that up and get it up so I can cough it up. My cat, it seems to have the same shit, because when I hold him and start petting him, you can hear the raspiness in his breathing. Animals don't cough, so they can't cough that shit up. As always, I have a lot to talk about. Again, before I made this video, I kind of made a little list, of some of the things that I want to talk about. So this video is going to be Morgellons, the facts, and how everything's intertwined. First of all, you got to know what Morgellons is, where it comes from, and why. Morgellons is 5 things. Okay? It's a fungus, it's a parasite, it's nanotech, metal poisoning, and bacteria. Okay? It's 5 things. It's always 5. Okay? So, that being said, be wary of just stopping treatment, because some of these things that you're being infected with has the potential of completely taking over the body. Okay, the fungus that you're being infected with, yeah, it's the worst of the worst fungus. So it branches out and creates its own fucking neural network, alright? They did studies with this fungus on ants and shit, and they called it the zombie fungus, because it would completely take over the ant and make it do stuff that it normally wouldn't do, and then just stand in one spot till death, and then, yeah. So, that's the fungus. So if you don't treat the fungus, which is the hardest of the hard, the worst of the worst will happen. You're basically being stigmatized. The stigmata, human's version of the stigmata. Now, if you go through all the stages of a stigmata, what happens? You fucking die. If you go through all the stages of Morgellons, what also happens? You fucking die. You don't do anything about it, you're consenting to them killing you. You're consenting to them fucking you up. There's no way around it. Okay? Ignorance isn't bliss, it's deadly. Where does it come from? It comes from a lot of different things. Alright? Primarily chemtrailing. Okay? For those that don't believe in chemtrails, listen. Contour trails don't stay in the freaking air for 45 minutes to an hour. Alright? I've been seeing them over my house, and that's how long they stay in the air. No evaporation is ever going to do that. That's like saying go outside on a cold winter's day and walk 2 miles and then turn around and see the steam, 2 miles behind you. Oh, but the wind and shit will disrupt it. Okay, then blow into the wind for freaking like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 feet. Alright, just slow. Oh, don't happen. So blows a contour. Oh, thinner air. Yeah, come on, man. Are you all fucking retarded? Retarded. I didn't have time in the Army, man. I've been on a lot of aircraft. Okay? This shit is bullshit. Still putting faith in false idols. TVs, media, bullshit, presidents, false idols. So if it's being in the chemtrails and you've always heard expressions like what goes up must come down, well, guess what? Chemtrails come down, and in some of my videos and some of my pictures that are on my Facebook and my YouTube, you can see the clouds and what looks like shit falling out of the clouds. Like, kind of like it's raining, but it doesn't fall like rain. It just kind of slowly falls. Right? Today's the 23rd. Somebody predicted there was supposed to be a whole bunch of meteor showers, tonight. Anomalies, PHAs on the web. Guess what? We have solar shields so fully deployed that you couldn't even see the sky if you wanted to. But if you get a break in the clouds, a small break, you can see crystal clear blue, right behind it. Crystal clear blue. We don't have any storms. You go on Weather Channel right now, they're just supposed to be clear as fuck right now. Guess what? It ain't clear as fuck. I can look across the field about half a mile to the wood line, and all the trees are gray from what looks like smoke. Okay? Smoke. That's how much shit is in the air, that everything up to about a half a mile is gray. I remember looking outside and everything being vibrant, you being able to visually, distinctually tell the difference between the colors that were out there, the greens, the browns, and all that. Now everything's shades of gray. 50 shades of fucking gray. Tell me another thing. If you look around the entire horizon, right, you can only see so far. And now the entire horizon is constantly white. It wasn't always like that. The entire sky used to be blue. Alright? Now if you look in the distance, if you have no interruptions, mountains, trees, bullshit, and you can see all the way into the distance, everything is white. And then it starts, as you start looking up from the horizon, everything starts turning blue. And then right behind the sun or right above the sun is the darkest blue. The closest to the sun is where it's the darkest. And the furthest away from the sun is where it's the brightest. That doesn't make sense. The sun's emitting light from every single angle. Then why is the sun acting like a flashlight? Okay, and what's behind and around is dark as fuck, and everything in front is lit the fuck up. Doesn't seem right to me. During the middle of the day, no rain for days, I look outside and look at the clouds and I see a fucking rainbow in the actual clouds, and below the clouds. There's no rain. Why are the clouds emitting a rainbow color? Rainbow color, huh? Now, I've been seeing some crazy stuff over here. One of our friends here off of Facebook also saw a kind of a crazy anomaly. I'm going to just pull it up real quick. And yeah, I bet you the elders, grandparents and shit like that, especially my grandparents, because, whatever. they'll tell you, oh, this shit happens all the time. That's perfectly normal anomaly. Okay, so I'm going to turn the camera around. I'm going to point you at the screen to, my Facebook page, right? It's something that I posted from one of our friends. Now, I'm going to describe to you before I point what you're looking at. You're looking at what looks like an oil slick. You know, when you have an oil spill in your driveway and it starts raining and it bleeds out and bullshit, right? So you're looking at an oil slick in the sky. Right, and it's actually a video, so I think I'm on it. Alright, check this out. Alright, so the video is playing. It's recorded. It's not a glare. It's not no bullshit. This person just so happened to come home from work and see this shit. Now, I'm looking at my camera upside down, and I can see it clear in the camera. This is my Facebook. This was posted today. I'm gonna see if I can post this in this video so you could actually take a look at it yourself. I don't know if I'll be able to, but we'll see. I'm gonna ask her if I can steal this video and post it online. Yeah, look at that. That's enough of that. Okay, so that shit's normal, right? That shit's normal. Yeah, well, nowadays it is, yeah. Nowadays it is. That's the fucking norm. Pentagrams in the sky. What looks like electrical waves being in the sky. Let's see, is there any demonic faces in the clouds that's around this anomaly? Yeah. She's got a couple demonic faces in the clouds, and I know, yeah, you could just, see faces in anything if you truly wanted to, right? Yeah, I understand that. That's not the case. Look at my videos, man. One of my videos, that looks like there's 3 skulls stacked right on top of each other, man. I don't care how good of imagination I am, man. Anybody that sees that and I don't show them, I just say, hey, look for, faces in the clouds or whatever. Those are the 3 primary ones that they see. So you got Morgellons in the chemtrails, right? They're spraying you with all kinds of shit. Metals, funguses, parasites, bacteria. All that shit's in the chemtrails. They've already stated it. They've already stated that there's different batches of this shit, too. There was this one guy that posted a video of what looked like black chemtrails. Black. I hope that I don't see black chemtrails, because that's kind of a scary thought. What's in that shit? Another thing, too. There's nanotechnology in this freaking, the chemtrails. Nano. They told you this. They told you what the nano does. What the implications of the nano is, right? They got shit like brainweb that encases your entire brain in like a neural web. What's the purpose of that? Either to record what's going on in there, or to put images in there, or, visions, voices, whatever. Either to send or receive, information, right? So if you don't treat the nanotechnology, you're not treating the metal poison that's going on in your body. You can't mind over matter some of that shit. The nanotechnology is designed to go past a lot of that shit. And then once it does go past that shit, it has the potential of deceiving you from the inside out. Now, this being said, people that say that they're spiritually awake and they receive instant answers, and they say that they have Morgellons and they stop treatment on Morgellons because, they're highly enlightened and all that good stuff. To an aspect, I would like to believe that. But considering the fact that I'm, have Morgellons and I'm highly spiritual, highly enlightened myself, and I know what this shit does to me, and I'm seeing what it's doing to a close friend of mine, or seeing what it was doing to a close friend of mine. Now we reverse that. I'm in the best fucking shape of my life. I got myself back up to 160 pounds. Okay? Now when I started making these videos and I was all sick and shit, I told you I was around the 100 pound, 110 pound range. You know? And I also told you that during my last video, I was going to start my treatments again. Guess what? I started my treatments again. And yeah, I got my health right back up. My face is no longer sunken in and looking like shit. I look like I got some muscle and I'm not a fucking crackhead anymore. Yeah, and I'm not doing that crazy of crazy shits, man. Simple, the turpentine. That kills one of the hardest things in the body, the fungus. Now, you're being poisoned constantly with this shit. So, and it's not going to take a long time for it to build back up to, you know, critical points. And I proved that in my videos. It takes about 2 to 3 weeks before you really start feeling like shit again. 2 to 3 weeks. And I even push it even further than I said I was gonna. Yeah, about 2 months, but you better stay friggin' really active and physical. Burn your candle at both ends, so to speak. Otherwise, it's gonna overtake you. It seems like the more, you know, lazy, quote unquote, you are, the faster it takes you over. But the more active you are and whatever, it's harder for it to break that. You know, strong, healthy body, strong, healthy mind. Keep that in perspective, man. You know, in order to have a, you know, strong soul, strong mind, strong will, your body also must be strong. And since a bunch of my people have, you know, my friends or whatever, I call them the tapped, I've received messages. Well, first it was a prediction that said that, you know, several people around me will receive some kind of message from a higher source saying to clean the blood, clean the soul, and to make contact with me. And like I've stated, 5 of them have already. 5 of them have. Still missing 2. Now, prophecies and predictions and that shit, they're not usually instantaneous. You know, when I ask the Father, the Creator, questions, if I'm lucky, I'll get a pretty quick response. But most of the time, it's not quick. It's not quick. But when it does come, I do see it. Okay? I've already stated how I've received messages and when to start these videos and all that shit. And the epiphanies that I had while doing the videos. Even in the Bible, it says prophecies will not be how we think they should be, you know. They prophesied the rise of Christ, you know. And they took it to a little, you know, literally. And tried to break it down and figure out when and how and blah, blah, blah. Didn't turn out the way they thought. Didn't turn out the way they thought. So, I'm going to talk about when I had my prediction. Hold on. Okay, so my prediction, right? So when I was younger, I worked on a hydroponic tomato farm, upstate New York. While I was on the farm, I was basically told that I had to go see a seer, a fortune teller. I told the story in astral projection. So, the final outcome of this tarot deck reading that she took, she said that I would be responsible for a great many people. Now, just as I stated before with prophecy, you know, people try to figure it out, you know. I'm no different. I tried to figure it out, tried to make it happen, right? So that's why I joined the Army 10 years. Did 10 years in the Army, I figured, well, there'd be no better spot for me to be responsible for a great many people than join the Army and climb the ranks, right? Nope. During the end of my enlistment, I came to the realization that I'm fighting politics that are not mine. You know? Not mine. I didn't ask for too many things. The only thing that I asked was I wanted to go on a deployment, which is the one thing I was denied. 10 years. The one thing I was denied was the only thing I asked for. But then you want me to keep giving you my old 18-hour days, months at a time, years at a time. And I ask you one thing. So that wasn't it. Now, when this thing was, prediction was made, it was when I was younger. You know, 16. I'm almost 40 now. It just now dawned on me through my videos that that prediction came true. Or is coming true. So, I thought it meant, you know, join the military and be responsible that way, right? Well, a couple days ago I had the realization, well, you know, I made all these videos and they have thousands and thousands of views, right? So if my videos changed somebody's perception or changed somebody's point of view, wouldn't I technically be responsible at that point? Right? That's another scary thought. If I'm putting out bad information out there, right, and I'm still responsible for changing people's thoughts or perceptions or way of thinking, points of view, wouldn't I still be responsible for that? So for good or for worse. Kind of puts myself in a pickle too, don't you think? I mean, if I was putting bad information out there, don't you think that would have bad negative consequences also? So just like I said before, you know, your thoughts of prophecy, you know, or towards prophecy, and not what you think. They stated that in the Bible with the rise of Christ, like I've stated. The reason why I bring this up and all the other topics is everything kind of ties together. Okay? I begin this with the Morgellons. I'm going to kind of end it with the Morgellons. Through my personal experiences, when God speaks, it's not an instant answer. You know, when predictions are made, they're not instant. Prophecies, they're not instant. You know, they're in the future. How far? Who knows? That's the problem with prophecy. You never know when. So, if you quit treatment for Morgellons altogether, I'm going to say you're a fool, number one, because some of this is designed to bypass the natural bullshit of the body. So if you think you're going to mind over matter nano that has already a collective conscious thought, no. So if you're not doing something to scramble the signals, pulsar sticks, nano buckets, micro magnets in specific areas, you know, and that shit assimilates and creates a neural web around your brain, you're gonna free willingly, you know, bypass that. It's designed to enslave your brain. Just like the Matrix. People say that's such a great story. That's such a great story. Oh, like I've said it in other videos, this shit's fucking horrifying. I've also stated in other videos that I believe they stole the sun and the moon. right? There's patents on the sun. There's videos on the moon. All kinds of anomalies through both of them. Then when I go to weatherchannel.com and I see heat coming from, the south, where the South Pole is, I've already stated that I think they actually stole the sun. I don't know how the hell they did that, but they did it. Probably brought it down to Antarctica and using that to thaw the bitch out. I had to get rid of all that excess water, right? So they created those big holes in the bottom of the ocean, drained some of the ocean down, which is why you have receding waters all over the place. Mr. LaFleur posts about it all the damn time. It makes sense. If you break it down, logically, like I love to do, and if you watch any of my videos, you know I'm good at it. What makes me also suspect that I'm right is I always thought that the pillars, Boaz and what the hell's the other one? I don't know. Jacking, Boaz and Jacking, the Masonic pillars. They've always been depicted with the moon over one and the sun over another. Yet this morning when I was going to do this video, I was looking for, images of those pillars because I was going to use them, because that's why I believe they stole the moon and the sun. It was for those damn pillars. Now 90% of the pillars have been changed from, well, I'll show you. So they've been changed from the sun and the moon to different earths. You got what looks like the old earth or whatever, and you got this new bullshit right here. Alright, so let's see. Let's just check another one. Oh yeah, you got some other freaking space reality shit and Earth. Okay. Two different Earths. This one looks solid. This one looks like, I don't know, it's hollow. Two Earths. Two Earths. Oh, this one's got the Earth and the galaxy because there's the sun, the moon, whatever. Yeah, so none of these are legit. Now, I did find one from back in the day, one of the original ones that hasn't been changed or altered yet. Let's see if I can. Here we go. Here's an original. Here's the sun. Here's the moon. And there's the all-seeing eye. And there's the stairway to heaven. Wow. What they depict as the stairway to heaven. Right? Masonic bullshit down on the bottom, all the bullshit, Ben Franklin's key. So is that again another Mandela effect? I don't think so. I really don't think so. They're trying to hide even more information. So in my last in my last video, I was talking about how I felt the Bible was changed. Now basic, knowledge stuff has changed. The Masonic bullshit. And here's the funny thing. I've only been awake for about 3.5 months, since just before Christmas. So, about all going on 4 months now, right? We'll say 4. So it wasn't that long ago that I actually, started waking up to shit and started doing research on shit. Obviously, Masons came up and I started doing research on them, the Illuminati, the Draconians, the Blue Bloods, Europe, blah, blah, money, blah, blah. I fell down at every rabbit hole there ever was. My point is I haven't been at this for years where I might have thought I saw something and I was, wrong in what I saw. I've only been at this for months and I have a pretty damn good memory. It used to be a lot better than it is now, but it's still pretty damn good. So you're telling me in 4 months, the sun and the moon changed from the Masonic pillars to 2 different Earths, what I could perceive as 2 different realities, which kind of goes in hand with, everybody thinking that, this reality's been shifted to another dimension. I don't think it's shifted to another dimension. I think they've been bringing pieces of what the other dimension here. And that's what we're noticing, is them bringing that dimension here. It's like bringing the dream worlds to reality. Right? Now, if there was a time that they actually moved us to a different dimension, it'll probably be coming up real soon. You got the rise of the nanotechnology and technology period. You got the neural web. You got all these freaking AI robots running around, swarm bots, all this shit. None of that's come to light in a hostile way yet. So if that hasn't come to light to a hostile way yet, then they didn't pull us into another dimension yet. They're getting ready to. That's why all this shit's being prepped. That's why you're being prepped for an alien invasion. Now they're coming out with saying that, CIA, all that shit would spend billions and trillions of dollars investigating this shit. When you used to have things like the Men in Black. Yeah, people forget that shit. The government spent millions and trillions of dollars debunking alien shit and making people that wanted to publicly come out and talk about it disappear. And now you're saying you made trillions and billions and trillions of dollars investigating this shit? And now you got videos? And the video's not even current? You put up a month or 2 ago what you call an alien craft and some kind of gun or weapon tracking system. But that video is not new. That video's been around for years. This dude has it on his webpage from like 2013. But you're putting it on the news like that's new. Like that just happened. And that bullshit, secondhand news like me and everybody else. The mainstream media posted that shit. And then the flock of seagulls? Really? So you're going to tell me that those, meteor-looking things flying through the sky were fucking seagulls? What kind of drugs are you on? First of all, they didn't fly, all obscure and stuff. If you watch the video, they started all over the place, and they kind of swam or flew every which way, and all wound up into one central location. Right? That signifies intelligence. Right? Because some of them started way up here in the corner, and kind of went all the way over here, where the group was. That's a pretty good distance that it traveled. When have you ever seen a group of birds of any size come from a mass and shrink down to a concentrated few and then disappear? Those some smart fucking birds, let me tell you, man. Shit. I want one. Fuck Polly want a cracker. Go kick Polly's ass. So in my videos I've been talking a lot about free will and what it means. I've told you exactly what it is and what it means. You gotta go back and research. That's not what this video is about. But in the video Astral Projection, I talk about a lot of different things. You might want to go back and watch that video. You might want to go back and watch all my videos. I'll actually post the links in the order that you should watch them in this video eventually. In my videos I've been hinting towards astral projection and letting go of this reality and its rules and its laws and its bullshit. And that's exactly what astral projection is. You letting go. You stepping out. Right? Somebody just recently asked me, well, what's the point of that? What do you get from that? You know what I mean? Why would I want to subject myself to that? There's a bunch of different answers to that. One, you let go of this reality and its shackles that it obviously has on you. Right? And its shackles that it has on you because you believe in things like gravity and all the other lies that they fed you through science and bullshit, right? Which has only done one thing, keep you grounded. Keep you spiritually dumb and dull and numb. They don't want you, you know, having a relationship with the Father, the Creator. Right? They want to give you false idols. Make you stumble down the wrong rabbit holes. I believe they've already used religion. I mean, look at the Vatican. What is holy about the Vatican? They have a satanic shrine and throne inside it. They have both the pillars, Boaz and whatever the other. Right now in the front, they have a huge obelisk, which obelisks are nothing more than, you know, old tech or new tech, because we ain't got it, telephone poles. Everything that Tesla was thinking about has already been done. Free energy through the air, yeah, it's already been done. The Egyptians had that and much, much more. The Atlanteans, they have that and much, much more. You ever wonder why there's all these whalings all over the world? Well, what if the Atlanteans was actually a righteous race? Right? What if they were actually a righteous race? They just wanted to be left the fuck alone. Well, evil can't have that, can they? No. And why didn't they make themselves known to man? Look at man. Well, I wouldn't say man. Look at human. We're bloody, violent motherfucker. Oh, there's shit in the ocean. Let's kill it. Kill it. We don't understand something. Kill it. Especially if it goes against the grain. It goes against science. Kill it. There's nothing scientific about mermaids. No. Spiritually. Mystically. Yeah. They don't want you knowing about mermaids because if mermaids are real, well, shit, then why isn't everything else from mythology real? Unicorns, dragons, giants. And if all that's real, well then shit, so is, the Creator, right? I mean, how did all that magic and energy and power come about if, it didn't come from an energy source that has that same shit? Is there a dark side? Of course. Like I already said, there's a difference between meditation and magic. They both do the same thing, it's just going about it totally different. 3 stages to heaven. What stage you go to, that's on you. But like I've stated in every single video, if you know something's wrong with the world, you ain't going to the garden. Blind faith, that's not your answer no more. It's not your answer no more. Now you're on the next test. Now it's into knowing the Creator, knowing this shit's a fucking bullshit lie that's about to come crashing down very soon. So being able to see the unseen, that's one of the first things that you get from astral projection. Those shadow people and that bullshit, they won't be able to hide from you. You'll be able to see them. But the more you see, the more you are seen also. So there's that. So if you can see the shit that's out there, they can see you. Well, they can see you even if you can't see them. It's just, you're unaware. Voices and misconceptions, disappear. Deceptions become harder. Now they gotta outwit you. So yeah, now they gotta outwit you, right? They gotta be even more clever. They gotta get them past you, right? And if you see the bullshit, now they gotta work a lot harder. What else comes from it besides that? If you have any kind of powers whatsoever, like you're an empath, you're psychic, you're a telepath, pyropath, a medium, any of them. A plane walker, you know, an astral projector. When you open the third eye, all that shit is increased. And instead of that shit just randomly happening throughout your life, like I've stated with minds, you know, all that good stuff, you could will it to happen. That's what they don't want you to do. Another thing I noticed is for a long time now, I haven't been able to have dreams. I know why that is. Because in my dreams, I fly. And that's a process in itself. Like I said, you got to come to the realization that you're even flying in the first place. Or that you're dreaming in the first place. And then you got to let go. You got to let go of gravity. You got to let go of this world, its realities, its rules, its regulations, laws, boundaries. And then, well, if they've already been bringing the spiritual world back into this reality, this realm, and I keep dreaming and I keep doing that shit in my dream, wouldn't it be only a matter of time before I mastered it in my dream and then start bringing that information back out here? So I open the third eye. Well, when you do that, things are known to you. The spiritual realm is known to you. If the spiritual realm is known to you, think about that. Everything else is known. You don't need faith anymore. It should be known at that point. To me, knowing has always been stronger than faith. Faith is you just listening to my words and you believing in them full-heartedly instead of listening to my words, scratching your head, doing your own research, and making up your own fucking mind. That's free will. But if you just listen to my words, and that's it, you don't do any research, you don't scratch your head, you don't think about it, you don't make up your own mind, you're just putting faith in another false idol. Well, right? Because I'm not claiming to be anyone. I'm just another man on this earth, man. And I believe there's two species, you know. There's mankind, which is the original creation. And then there's human. Throughout freaking history, there's been mention of the quote-unquote watchers, the quote-unquote Anunnaki. Now, in movies, they hinted towards shit like that. You know, if they couldn't fight a resistance out, they would breed them out. And you hear about things back in the day, you know, during the Dark Ages, medieval times, that, you know, when a king, or when somebody gets married in the king's presence, or, you know, his kingdom, whatever, he gets to flower the white first. Well, their intentions was to breed them out. If they couldn't kill them, they just mix their blood. Well, so what if the Anunnaki actually did something very similar and created freaking humans? Soulless shells, just to breed with us, take our power, thin our blood, thin our genes, destroy our genes, shorten our lives, make us weak, less spiritual. Makes sense. I mean, you hear about cloning all the fucking time. You think that's new technology? No. No, 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 no. Like I stated before, according to the Book of Enoch, there's a time frame on existence. Existence. Not life. Existence. Okay? Life. That means me, you, and every other living organism, life form, dies. But the planet's still here, quote unquote, planet. What about all this shit and the bacteria that's in it? That's not the end of existence if that shit's still alive, right? I've already stated in other videos why they would do some shit like this. Right? If you haven't watched my videos, you should go back and watch them. Because just as I've stated in other videos, some of the shit that I talk about is the shit that everybody else is fucking missing. And even Richie from Boston, man, he's missing some of the crucial shit. Although, I think even he watches some of my videos, man, because I've been watching his videos, and the last couple ones, man, it seems like he's giving me personal messages, man, and I don't care, I'll put that shit out there on blast. It seems like he's giving me personal messages. First of all, I've watched most of his new shit up for the last couple of years. I've never heard him say anything about free will in any way, shape, size, form, period.com, bottom fucking line. But the last video, right near the, or one of the last videos, right near the end, he uses those words specifically. Now, if you go back and watch certain movies, they talk about that shit like, they give you the answers right there in front of you. You just don't truly appreciate what it means. Perfect example, Assassin's Creed. Now, the first time I watched it, I thought it was a pretty good movie. I never played the video game. The whole premise was to go back and, you know, find the Garden of Eden's apple, you know. And what if that wasn't even an apple like you think, you know? It was a seed, yeah, of technology, yeah. But what if it was a supercomputer type thing with unlimited knowledge? And in that movie, what were they trying to steal? People's free will. The ability to think for themselves and make up their own minds. They want walking, talking robots. Not even talking. Not even talking. In most of the movies, yo, you see with AI walking around, do you really see them talking, really? No. Terminator, perfect example. You see them bitches talking? Nah. I saw a movie with John Cusack called Singularity. What? It goes hand in hand with everything that I've ever been saying and other people's been saying. And here's a funny thing. If you go back and look at my Facebook page, which that's obviously what they're going to use against me, because I've been freaking posting shit on my Facebook page about this shit for years. I just never fully understood what it all meant until just recently when I got sick with Morgellons. And those of you that are responsible for getting me sick, that was the worst fucking thing you ever did, was make me sick with some bullshit from you. Because that's what woke me up fully. Yeah, I had feelings before. Yep. Everybody had feelings something was fucking wrong. I didn't know what it was until just recently. Now I know exactly what it is. I've been telling you guys in fucking video after video after video. You don't think these videos are eventually going to be my downfall? You don't think Richie's videos are eventually going to be his downfall unless he's, you know, one of them? Or if there any of us are one of them, you know? Nah. They're not talking about the very specific things that I'm talking about. Free will. Flying. Astral projecting. getting in touch with the true spiritual side of things, knowing the creator. And yeah, that's what he is. He's a fucking creator. Everything that he does naturally in the world is based off some kind of mathematics. The Masons knew that. Of course, you know, they took that knowledge, they corrupted it. They're doing the exact opposite of what it, you know, it is. But then again, you can't have light without dark, right? There's two realities right here at the same time. There's the spiritual one and the physical one. You hear about so below all the time. There you go. There's your spiritual one. All kinds of things there. Good, bad, indifferent. Knowledge. So the difference between meditation and magic. I'll give you a perfect example. I use astral projection. So below. Through meditation, right? And a lot of fucking practice, you can learn how to do that. Step out. Get the information you want. You didn't summon anything. Magic is the exact opposite. You're not actually going there. You're summoning it here. Big difference. And where they're summoning things is not the same areas where you would be going to get your information and blah, blah, blah. Nah. They're summoning from hell. Hell's like Dante's Inferno. Hell's planets. How many existences have been on this fucking planet? Look at all the great civilizations throughout the world. Incans, Mayans, Anunnaki, so on and so forth. Hells. Here's the other thing. If there's been a fight for souls and reincarnations true and real, here's a good thought for you. You've won so far. Well, if you're watching these videos and you're, you know, mankind, yeah. Yeah. You've won so far. They didn't get your soul. You're not in hell. Right? But human, they're here because they failed. Right? They failed. They didn't wake up. They didn't see. They didn't start to know. They had blind faith. That's why they go to the garden. That's the whole point of Jesus coming in the first place, man. They found the loophole by creating human and fucking us up. Okay. They broke and bent the rules, so now new rules had to be applied. Poof, Jesus. So whatever the fuck his name is. Who knows, right? Who knows? One of our biggest problems is we don't even know how to pray anymore, or who to even freaking pray to. Let me ask you a question. When you pray, who answers your prayers? And if it's instant, you're being deceived, period. Because nowhere in the Bible really was an instant thing unless, you know, God chose to send one of his, either his voice or one of his angels down to talk to you. Or whatever. With those exceptions, it's never instant. It's more like a prediction, a prophecy. You know, it takes time to unfold. When I've gotten my answers, same thing. Predictions, prophecies, you know, they take time to unfold. It's very rarely quick. Sometimes it's pretty quick, but most of the time, no, it's not quick. In fact, some of the times, the longer you wait, it validates it even more. Like I said, that tarot reading that I had when 16, they said that I'd be responsible for a great many people. I misconceived that for freaking 20 years. I tried to make it happen, tried to figure it out, tried to, you know, I based my whole life off that bullshit. And inadvertently, yeah, like I stated in these videos, man, if I'm putting out wrong information or if I'm putting out right information and I change your mind a little bit, change the way you think, would I be responsible for that? Regardless, period. Yeah, yeah, I believe I would. So if I was giving you misleading information, wouldn't that also damn me? I mean, it's not going to benefit me, right? You ever hear me say anything about summoning or any of that bullshit? No. You hear me saying the exact opposite. Magic is fucking evil and it will fuck you up. Period. And it's real. I've seen it. People around me have seen it. Physical manifestations. Seen it. I don't believe they have that power over me in that level right now because, like I said, free will. Free will is a bitch and it is the most powerful force on this planet. Keep saying planet. Whatever. And yes, I'm a flat earther. If you've ever read the fucking Bible, you'd be a flat earther too. Okay? Because it clearly states in the creation, in the fucking beginning, how the earth was created. Again, you gotta be careful with the Bible, man. I hope you read it or know somebody that read it before and remembers before. Because now that shit's fucked up, I believe. Which is why we don't know Jesus' name. Which is why our calendar is completely different than the freaking quote-unquote, you know, true holy people. The real and some technical difficulties. So yeah, like I was saying. So the true Jews, right? The whole freaking calendar is different than ours. And, you know, looking at our calendar and some of the messed up shit that we have on our calendar, like Christmas, and what that really is, Halloween. Yeah, think about Halloween, man. All Hallows Eve. The one spiritual day of, you know, when the dead literally rise and walk around. And what do? We glorify it, we celebrate it, we dress our kids up as demons, and we send them out into the night. And yeah, I'm the crazy one because this is the shit that I think about. No, this is why I don't have kids. Right? If you bring kids into this world, it is your responsibility to protect them and go against the grain when necessary to protect them. If you know vaccines are fucked up and you're still giving them to your kids because you don't want to deal with like CPS or the schools, or you shouldn't have fucking had them, period. You weren't going to take steps to protect them and make sure that they weren't drinking fluoride every day, that, you know, they weren't sucking on lead bars and lead-based toys. What was the point of having them? If you know that the educational system is fucked up, and you know damn right well it is, look at everything that's coming out of college right now or about to go into college. They are fucking retarded. They are fucking retarded. Offended about everything. For no reason, they're just offended. Skinny jeans. What the hell is skinny jeans? Can somebody explain that shit to me, please? And sagging skinny jeans? Okay, so you just took two really fucked up genres, right? Showing your ass to the world, which is basically, you know, a prison term saying you're willing to be somebody's bitch. And there's easy access. Right? And then you mix skinny jeans that if you go to squat and pick up a pencil, you're either A, popping a nut like a grape, or you're giving yourself the worst camel toe in God's creation. And then you're gonna do then you're gonna mix them? Man. This is why I don't have BB guns anymore. Because if I seen that shit, I would be pegging the fuck out of somebody with a BB gun. I just want to see him run. That's all I want to do. I just want to see him run in that shit. That'd be probably the most hysterical fucking thing ever. Anyway, moving on. Another thing I saw on Mr. Richie's thing. He's right about one thing. If we were going to stand up in the masses and rally and protest and all that shit, yeah, that time has passed. But the time to fight has never passed. It hasn't even officially started yet. So how did that pass? So I disagree with that too. You're still fucking alive. You're still able to fight. Fight when the time's right. People keep asking me, what should we do? Well, what should you do? Share the difference between meditation and magic. Wake as many people as you can up. The more people, the less they're able to pull over the masses' eyes. Unless you're trying to do your part and wake people up, however you try to do that, then you're not doing. You're thinking like they want you to think, oh, I'm only one person. What can I fucking do? Well, here's the problem. There's billions of people out there. They all think the same shit. I'm only one person. What can I do? Well, what if there was a billion of you that were saying, hey, we're a billion of people. We could do fucking everything. But no. You've been boxed in, isolated, segregated in every fucking way, shape, size, or form to the point where you have thoughts like that. Oh, I'm only one person. Well, if I'm only one person with 2,000, pushing 3,000 views, there's 3,000 people right there that... What can 3,000 people do? And you got people, that have these major channels that have billions of views and hundreds of thousands of subscribers. What should they be doing? Giving the people the friggin' tools to do something about it. Tell them what fucking free will is and how to actually utilize it. You want shit to change? You want people to start thinking and making up their own fucking minds. Or shit'll never change. It'll change. Just not good for the good. And you already see that going on right now. Because nobody's thinking. Everybody's stuck in their phones, video games, TVs, electronic, virtual realities. Instead of enjoying the real reality and doing the real shit, you do it in video games and TVs and internet. And then you have thoughts like, oh, I'm only one person. Well, yeah, because that's how you think. It's exactly how you think. I can't fly because of things like gravity. So you don't fly because of things like gravity. It does kind of what it says, but just not in the way you think. If you believe that gravity's holding you to the ground, your belief is the most powerful thing out there. What you believe in. So if you believe in things like gravity that holds you to the ground, yep, gravity's gonna fucking hold you to the ground. Whether it's real or not. You make it real. That was the whole premise of the movie The Matrix. You make your own reality. So if you believe in bullshit, that bullshit's gonna hold you back. Bottom line. So the final thought. I'm not going out like a bitch. I'm not just gonna sit and watch this bullshit unveil. I've already seen how I believe I die several times throughout my life. Reoccurring dreams. They abruptly end. Yeah, it's probably when you die. One thing I know is in the past, when I died, none of this shit was here. So I know I ain't close to my death yet. Wow. The rules have changed this time too, I believe. We're on a whole new game. If you give people enough time, they can figure out anything, man. People are very resourceful. Right? They're very resourceful. So if you think a group of people who's hell-bent on destroying the creator or undoing what the creator did so they could bypass judgment because they know what judgment is, and that's the whole reason why they've been fighting so hard to bypass it and achieve immortality. Yeah, immortality is, a good idea and shit. I mean, who wouldn't be mystified by the thought of immortality? But their definition of immortality is not my definition of immortality. Plug it into a freaking neural network, being, one conglomerate thought. Nah, I like to be my own person, thank you. So again, if you're one of those people that know assimilation's going on, and I feel it, it's definitely going on. That neural web's real. They don't have to inject you with it. They're spraying you with it. Fucking nanotechnology. You just got to get in the body and fucking start assimilating. That's all. That's all it does. That's exactly what black goo is all about. Exactly that. So again, if you just stopped your treatments and you're getting answers and blah blah, you really might want to reconsider some of the choices that you're making. Because the deception is going to be great. I mean, the Bible talked about the greatest deception ever played. And if you're the people that they're trying to target, they don't give a fuck about the sheep. They're blind. They probably don't even have souls. But you know something's wrong. You're the souls they're after. You will suffer the most. You've already have. Been sick with all kinds of shit. Fucking, They're trying to make you quit. Make you give up. Don't. If they don't want you to live, don't give them the satisfaction of taking yourself out. Nah, man. Make them come kick your fucking door in and take you out. That's free will. Going and looking for violence? No, that's not the answer. But if violence bestows upon you and you don't defend yourself, that's free will. You're consenting to them fucking you up and letting whatever happens, happens. That's not free will. That's not free will. That's faith. You're having faith in whoever's kicking in your door is going to do the right thing. No, they just kicked your fucking door in. Armed to the teeth. They're not going to do the right thing. Are you going to let them just do whatever the fuck they want? I'm not. They just want to live a normal, peaceful life like everybody else. The grandeurs of the white picket fence, the bullshit, right? But that's not even really life, man. I want to travel around the world and see shit. I don't want to be, stuck to one area. This world is vast and beautiful. I mean, you got shit like, the Eiffel Tower, the Leaning Tower, you got pyramids all over the fucking place. You got holy shrines way up in the mountains in Tibet. And you got Alaska and its beauty. You don't want to see any of that. Ireland and its rolling fucking meadows. The Netherlands and some of the shit that they got there. You don't want to see any of that. And there's no reason why we can't see any of that for free. For free. But no. We got money and debt to keep you grounded, to keep you isolated, to keep you not doing that shit. So, you go to the next best thing, virtual reality. Video games and TV and bullshit. You know why that is? Because the more time you sit in front of these fucking things, the more programs they run through you. The more conditioned you become. The more boxed in. And things like money and finances and debt become your primary fucking concerns. Boxed. Pretty sure that right now, finances should be the last of your fucking concerns. Your first and primary and foremost concern is what's going to happen to you if you die. Are you going to hell? You going to heaven? Or you're just not going to exist, period. Because when existence finally ends, and according to the Book of Enoch and the Bible, before it got fucked up, there's an existence on time on existence, man. It will all end. The final judgment will come. And if you think, when God flooded the earth, whatever, That was the final judgment? No, that was a judgment. That's not a final judgment, because shit went into the earth. Bacteria, beings, technology. That's not the end of existence. The end of existence is nothing survives, including Earth. The planets, the hells, yeah, they don't exist either. Just, you've already failed. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. That's it. And if you choose not to have faith or belief or whatever the fuck word you want to use, knowing, I use knowing. You don't want to use knowing? That's cool. Then you're just going to choose not to exist. Period. You're not going to go to hell, and if you do, it'll only bring you until the end of existence. You're definitely not going to go to heaven. Why would you? You don't believe in it. You don't deserve it. Free will. And those of you that need that little extra push, think of free will like the wind. You can look outside and you can see the wind doing all kinds of crazy shit, but you can't see the wind. The wind is like free will. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it doesn't fucking exist and it's not doing shit whether you see it or not. Oof, just got a cold too. The time is fastly approaching. Okay, I feel it. I see crazy shit happen all the time. I'm going out of my way to try to see some shit now, because, you know, even in the book of Enoch, it stated that the signs of the end times will be in the sun, moon, and the clouds. Well, guess what? The sun and the moon have already been kidnapped. And according to the book of Enoch, they were the guardians of knowledge, you know, the recorders of history. So it makes another perfect logical sense on why they would take the sun and the moon, because if they were spiritual beings that was recording every deed that was done on the planet, and you took them and you hid them, well, they can't record anymore, right? But here's, you know, the other side of that shit. The people that took the sun and the moon, they've already been damned, so to not record history or time from that point on is just fucking retarded. You've already failed. Why you keep trying to go right now and the only reason why they would keep trying to go right now is if they're really fucking close and they think they actually have an answer to pull this shit off. They know eventually God's gonna get pissed off and he's just gonna end it all, right? So why keep tempting him? Why keep pushing him? And that's why they're trying to bring us into the next dimension. Because just like in Mortal Kombat, man, we'll be out of the reach. That's why they're using Solar Shield right now. Stop shit going up, stop shit from going down. Prayers going up, answers coming down. And you better get right. You better put up your shields. It's happening. I'll be posting more. Alright, man. I love y'all. Be safe. Yeah. Alright, man. Until next time.